Drew Carey, Mimi, Martin, Pam, Al Bundy, Marcy, Darcy. Rank those in order.
Oh, ooh. Rob Schneider's a giant douche.
Derp. Why do they just come over here and take our jobs? Those stupid Big Ben watching, Benny Hill liking, and then Nigel Wick is right behind him.
Wouldn't that be embarrassing if I was right behind you?
Not if I don't turn around.
Happened in the 90s.
It's so pretty. Me and Sapphire over here sucking on titty balls.
Them titty nibbles, baby. I like them like salami slices. Going to get to talk about one of my favorite shows, like unsung heroes sitcoms.
Okay.
The Drew Carey Show, man. Out of all the comedies, it has a special place in my heart. Obviously, because it's based in Cleveland, Ohio. And it's one of those rare sitcoms where you really have to keep up. They drop off their jokes in, I feel like, every other second. You got to catch those little snarky remarks. They're kind of like inside jokes, sometimes related to something previously said. The main star, he's a witty dude representing Cleveland, Ohio. He held it down, man. And not just that, the supporting cast, Lewis and Oswald and Kate. She's one of the few like female characters that I thought was hilarious.
Okay.
Like actually made me gut laugh.
Not even Elaine from Seinfeld?
I said she's one of the few. Elaine definitely, and all the Golden Girls. But anyways, Nigel Wick, and of course Mimi, man.
Dude, there's a couple like low-key guys. That bald guy that shows up and just like kind of fucks with Drew Carey. That guy's hilarious too.
One of my favorite characters on the show.
His brother, who is gigantic. I think he played the Zodiac Killer in another movie. He's played a lot of stuff.
I feel like he is probably the most successful actor out of the cast. Film-wise?
Oh, film-wise, absolutely. I was going to say monetarily, Drew Carey. I knew people that delivered groceries to Drew Carey, Steve, and they said, hell of a tipper, great guy. Even if he wasn't going to answer the door, he'd leave you a nice fat tip. So, good man, funny show, which I think this one, there's a lot of fat guy-centric shows. You got your King of Queens. You know, we got shows like that. The ugly guy, the dumb guy who gets the hot chick. This kind of goes against that a little bit. I mean, Drew Carey's not the smartest guy in the show. He has his problems. But I think you're right. Like, unsung, I think it got huge because if you remember, like, later on and when they started doing wacky stuff, like Find the Mistake episodes. And
those were the April Fool's episodes.
Yeah, they started doing really cool stuff. So, all about it. I fully agree with you. And an Ohio legend as well. You can't hate on that.
Which leads me to my next question, man. Matt, question time. Out of these three 90s beefs, Drew Carey, Mimi, Martin, Pam, Al Bundy, Marcy, Darcy. Rank those in order.
Oh, in order? Ooh. Well, Pam Martin's top. It's going top. This is a real tough one, Steve, but I'm going from the heart. I'm not going to overthink it. Marcy, Al, and then Drew and Mimi. Close 2 and 3, but I got to say, Martin and Pam, it's the ultimate, Steve. There's nobody better. There's no antagonistic comedy team that you're going to find that's better than that.
Agreed. I feel like the godfather of them all was Fred and Aunt Esther. Like, they walked. So Martin, Pam, Mimi, Drew, Al, Marcy. I mean, you could also say George Jefferson and Florence, the maid.
Yep. I'm trying to think of other ones because we're kind of missing a few. I know we're missing a couple, like antagonistics.
Between woman and man?
I guess woman and man, we're going to be limited. But, yeah, man. Going back to, like, Drew Carey, the Drew Mimi, it's solid. Weird looks on both sides. But I'll tell you, for a girl who looks the way she does, Steve, Mimi, she'll put you into the ground. She's got some Def Comedy Jam, like, heart-stopping insults. You know?
And again, instant, like right back at Drew. And Drew right back at Mimi. It's like table tennis.
They hate each other. I mean, we're going to get to it, but I mean, Drew Carey will resort to arson just to mess with Mimi. So it's all on the table, Steve. It's like spy versus spy. It's like
Oh
that
yeah.
almost, it's that level. They might blow each other up at the end of this. I don't remember what happens. Mimi, chill out on the makeup, though. You're going to have some issues.
Yeah, she went OT on that. This is Steve G and Mad G with Happened in the 90s, a show where we talk about what happened in the 90s. So get out your evening shade and your bulls on parade. Cause I like the way you kiss me when we're playing the kissing game. I like the way you kiss me to another day.
I mean, High Five might need a member right now, so call Steve up.
They could use one. Today, my friend, we're talking all things September 25th in the 90s. Ohio, Ohio, Ohio! Starting off in 1990, High Five would release their self-titled album, High Five. And this is the one with Kissing Game.
And that has to be the banger on this. That's really the only song that I actually knew on this. And that's not to say it's not the only good song on it, but if I'm being honest with you, High Five, it's Diet New Edition, Steve.
What I do appreciate about the album, it is vintage 90. I rate a 90s R&B album, like this is my measuring stick. Could I hear any of these songs in a 90s urban comedy?
Okay.
That's like my marker. And I heard several tracks like that on this High Five album. Like I could hear that on Mo Money in the intro. When I sense that, you're great. You're automatically A+, A- at least. There's also a song called Too Young, which was actually used in the Boys in the Hood soundtrack. Too Young.
There's also a song, I think it's the first song, about one of them getting hit on by a 26-year-old chick when they're 15, which I mean, that kid's a baller. Maybe, that's the through line in the album. Here's something else to add to the list of like checklists for 90s R&B. I need a little simple rap breakdown every once in a while,
At least a couple times. It doesn't have to be every time, but...
No, not every song, but, every other song. Just give me like 4 bars. 4 just nice, simple, calm bars.
And make them really 90s, like really basic. Yeah, it's on. We going. Be flowing. Yeah, don't get too Black Thought to Live Quali. No. We're in 90. We're still in 1990, and that stuff is fly with some Jimmy Jam type babyface beats.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just a little.
We're flowing.
Yeah, there's no lyricism needed.
No.
Just rhyme some with love and some with wet. That's it. We got 2 rhymes. That's all we need. In and out, and then just get back to the melody.
You tripping, you slipping. In 1992, The Last of the Mohicans premieres. 3 Mohican trappers, agree to protect the daughters of a British colonel in the midst of the French and Indian War. Directed by Michael Mann, starring Daniel Day-Lewis, Madeline Stowe, Jodie May, Russell Means, and Wes Studi.
We debated on whether to talk about this, Steve. Famous movie. Not a fan of the time period. Sure, there's some people that love this. I'm not going to go too deep into why I don't like this movie because I don't think it's necessary, but it's something cool, and this is with every Daniel Day-Lewis movie. This guy's method actor numero uno. This guy lived in the wilderness for months to get ready for this. So even if it's a white dude playing a Native American, plenty of that back in the 90s especially, but at least in this one, dude was out there trying his best to like figure out what it was like. You know what I mean? Kevin Costner wasn't out there living in the wilderness for 6 fucking months. You know what I mean? But apparently Daniel Day coming in a little smelly on set, but that's because he was living in a fucking teepee someplace and then coming and acting in this movie, which is kind of bizarre.
Hey,
I don't get it.
I was really just going to mention the movie coming out on this day in 92 and just say that it sucked.
It does suck. I mean, for me, Steve, this time period, I'm just not into it.
Yeah.
You know, this and the British like fop shit when it's
Yeah.
like 16 hundos and there's like, yes, it's that kind of thing. I'm out.
Yeah. Totally piecing out. And unless it's Amadeus. Like that. I don't know if you've seen that, but that's from like the 80s.
Mozart, is that the one that's with Mozart and shit?
Yeah. Like
Well,
that
there's
was
some titties
actually
in that, Steve. So I definitely watched that.
just
Sorry.
titted, baby.
Hell yeah. Mozart loved them titty nibbles. And the other guy, whatever the guy he was like that
The
hated.
guy that killed him, Salieri.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Salieri. Hell yeah. I've
Salieri.
seen it. It's a good movie.
Same guy that was in Scarface, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
DMA.
I wanted to ask you before we move on, man. What is the best Daniel Day-Lewis movie where he's not set in the 1817s?
Well, then you don't like There Will Be Blood. So I think Gangs of New York's probably the one that everyone likes. It's a Scorsese movie. It is set in that time period, which it makes it less than for me. But his part in it's badass. I mean, Bill the Butcher's a badass character.
Of course, but once again, that shit is set in like, you know, trolley car era. Like, is it hard to grasp it? Because he was also Lincoln. The ones I know of him, they were set in those times. So I don't know.
There is one where he's a boxer that I think is set. I don't know exactly when it's set. Let me find this movie, Steve. Because I'm not going to let Daniel Day-Lewis out here like this. It's actually called The Boxer, Steve. And it was made in 1997. That's all I got to say about it. He plays a boxer. He plays a damn good boxer in it, Steve. But
well, there you go, Daniel Day-Lewis in boxing. But that following year, 1993, SNL is airing the season 19 premiere with musical guest Nirvana and your host, Charles Barkley.
it's terrible, Steve. Those cue cards might have been a little too small for him, but we'll get to it.
He's from Alabama at the end of the day.
Oh, no.
There's-
Hey, you know, he's a legend, Steve. That's why he's on SNL. Quick shame on you to people who release SNL. We can't watch this full episode. We tried. We did everything we could.
We typically hold off. If we can't access the full episode, we're just like, we got to pass. But this go round, it's kind of like we had to make an exception because this is, in my opinion, one of the classics from this era.
I mean, look at the picture behind you. That's 90s legends galore there. RuPaul, Charles Barkley, freaking Nirvana's there. I see little young Dave Grohl. Oh, look at Muggsy.
Yeah, future Space Jammer.
Hell yeah, dude. And we start this one off with the cold opening, which is live from the Oval Office, Steve. And Bill Clinton at this time had just released a new healthcare plan to help all of us. And he's given us a little rundown about it in his Bill Clinton fashion, played by obviously Phil Hartman, Steve.
Late great.
I love this. I don't remember all of it, but the part where he's like, I recall a man in Virginia that told me about going to bed scared that if his penis got cut off again, that he wouldn't be able to get it reattached. He'd have to let it sit in the fridge. Wait a couple of weeks till he had the money. But that's what this healthcare plan's all about, Steve. That's what Bill Clinton's all about.
It's a comprehensive package. Prolapse colon, need assist, lanced and drain, you qualify. Lobster boy, you're covered. But you, the boy raised by wolves, you're not covered. We must draw the line. Cooties are covered, but not the heebie-jeebies. Breast augmentation, covered. Breast reduction, not covered.
Thank you, Bill.
I lost my Bill impression halfway through that.
Yeah, I
He's
know.
like,
I'm a
give
little
up.
hoarse. It's not deep enough, but shout out Bill Clinton, man. Evil son
Kinda.
of a bitch. You know, there's a monologue, Steve. Were you
That
able
we
to
missed.
monologue? Okay.
Oh my God. I hate that we missed this because it was a Godzilla and Barney spoof with Charles Barkley. I don't know if you remember his Nike ads back in the day where he's like blown up going against Godzilla. Why, Peacock?
I will rage against the fucking machine, Steve.
Damn it.
Till the day I die. Peacock, just release the shit. You got the money. Pay whatever the dollars are so we can watch these things. This is history. You're erasing history. Do you feel good about that?
You shouldn't, but our first skit is good. It's NCI Long Distance Company, and they will do whatever you want to get your business.
They're the leading discounter for codes. I don't know what that means, but some people don't get a lot of calls, Steve, but with NCI, people are going to call
all the
and
time.
yeah, and those people are going to respect you and think you're cool. And that's pretty awesome. I mean, I don't know if that's on my cell phone plan, but that's pretty awesome, Steve.
With NCI, the person you call will always be there. You want a pony? Consider it done. I hate my boss and I want him dead. Oh, I don't know if we can do that. Well,
I want a phone company who will kill my boss.
you know what? If you sign on today, I will send someone out to kill your boss.
Hey, how come 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 isn't a phone number? Can that be my phone number?
Yes.
I mean, how can you say no, Steve? I'm about to change plans here.
NCI, you hear this? I know you watching. The next scene is out of Africa. A tribal art dealer touts the weed-holding abilities of artifacts.
Yeah. Store full of African artifacts, Steve, everywhere. The walls are covered, shelves, little tables. The store's got a bunch of people in it. And David Spade, he's sitting in here. He looks over. Rob Schneider's like this hippie guy who I guess runs the place. David Spade holds up like this little spirit box. And he's like, I love this. Like, what do I do with this? Schneider, the store guy's like, you put weed in it. Okay. This is in the 90s, Steve. This isn't like now where weed's just prevalent. So, David Spade a little put off, but, he's here for it. He's like, oh, okay. And then somebody else walks up and is like, hey, this statue here, this is awesome. Like this African statue. Can you tell me a little bit more about it? Like, where's it from? And he's like, yeah, it's a carved deer bone, man. And also you put the weed right here. You can put weed in it. So 2 for 2, Steve. I love this store.
This mask, where's this from? Oh, it's from Borneo. It was used in a puberty ritual, and you could put your weed in it.
And then Steve, disaster strikes. First, I think David Spade he's like, hey, he just brings up a bunch of stuff just to like test them. And I mean, literally, you can put weed in all this stuff. Africans must party, Steve.
Apparently.
I don't know the validity of what Rob Schneider's saying, but I want to hang. And
Is that where our 10 cents a day was going to?
Yeah, dude, Sally, where were the bags at? Where's the weed at? Little Benjamins. Cop walks in, and he asked about a VW car parked outside, and obviously Schneider's gonna get shifty. He gets all weird and awkward, and he's like, "Weed? What are you talking about?" The cop's like, "What do you mean? I was talking about a car. Are you talking about weed?"
We have all these things you could put weed in, but there's definitely not weed in it. It was about this. Well, if you open it up, it could be weed in it, but I can't open it. So then the officer, Sir Charles Cop, he opens it. It was, well, what was this? It's weed.
It's oregano, sir. So he's arrested. He's done. This is the 90s, so that's at least 30 years, Steve.
And once upon a time, Rob Schneider was cool, or perceived to be cool.
Yeah. Yeah. F you, Rob. Rob Schneider's a giant douche.
Derp.
And then next is a classic. Daily Affirmations with Stuart Smalley.
My guest is a professional basketball player named Charles. We'll maintain the anonymity. Charles X.
He plays for the Phoenix S's. And obviously, Charles, man, he's the ultimate male, Steve. So he's really not into self-help. He's coming in with kind of a bad attitude about it. He's like, maybe you just stay away from me, man. He's kind of being shifty. But, Stewart asked him a couple questions. He's like, I'm a multimillionaire. I got millions of adoring fans. I'm set for life. Like, I'm also the best basketball player in the world, so I got that going for me. Charles, chill out. Golf swing out the ass. This he's all about himself, Steve.
And this is a joke that has been following Charles for his whole professional career. When Stewart's like, oh, if you're the best basketball player of all time, well, have you won any championships? And he's just like,
he starts
no.
laughing. He breaks a lot in this episode. I also like Stewart's like, I guess Cleopatra isn't the only queen of denial. Charles is just like, oh But then Stewart brings out a friend, Steve. It's group therapy time. Charles' best buddy, I guess, Muggsy Bogues shows up. Little Muggsy.
You ugly midget, what are you doing here?
Muggsy doesn't appreciate that. I don't know how many times he's been called an ugly midget in his life, but it sets him off. And Stewart's like, it's, don't put yourself down to his level. One thing leads to another. Stuart Smalley, not a professional therapist, but very good at what he does. And he eventually leads Muggsy into telling Charles that basically he loves him, Steve. I don't know, romantically, maybe as a friend.
Charles is trying hard not to crack up, and he's not successful at it because Muggsy looks at him. He's like, I know how bad you wanted to beat the Bulls. And just after saying that, he's done.
He finally gets some tears out, probably from laughing too hard. Stewart asks him, like, what did you just learn, Charles? And Charles breaks it down that the money and the adulation doesn't mean a thing because it doesn't come inside from me. I don't love myself. I'm terrible. It's terrible.
I think Charles is something special. I am special. Would you like to hug Muggsy? No, hell no. Ugly midget.
Ugly little midget. This is the 90s, everybody. We were allowed to call them that.
Well, if you don't, I will. You are adorable.
Muggsy. Great skit. Stuart Smalley, awful movie, great recurring sketch.
Up next is the Weekend Update, along with David Spade's Hollywood Minute. And after watching this, I feel like Kevin Nealon isn't as great at this as I thought he was, as I remembered him. I had him in like my top 3. The reception is lukewarm at best.
I feel like that's why you're saying it. I think he is top 3, but that being said, this is not a good showing. I mean, he gets not a laugh.
I mean, I've seen other seasons where he's kind of stumbling through the lines too. I think he's a funny guy, man, but it'd probably have to be, of course, Norm, and then the current ones, Colin Jost and Michael Che. I don't know if he would be third.
I like Colin Quinn for all the hatred that gets. I feel like he's below Norm, obviously. Norm's the best. But I agree with what you're saying. Colin Jost and Michael Che, they kind of created their own little thing, and it's fucking fantastic. So,
yeah.
It's gone now. I wonder what it's going to be like after. Aren't they done? Didn't they have like a mass exodus in SNL?
I don't know if they were the remaining members. I hope so. But yeah, it needed to happen. But anyways, man, a lot of his jokes are falling off, not getting the reaction. But I did like the one Michael Jackson reference where he said he celebrated his 35th birthday with a 13-year-old and then long pause, old bottle of champagne.
Yeah, but that leads into Hollywood Minute, Steve. It's a bright spot. We love this. At least I do.
I seen Burt Reynolds every day on TV, and he's really wigging out.
Stone Temple Pilots went on tour, and they were great. The first time I saw them when they were called Pearl Jam.
Hey, Meteor Man, he has the power to disappear from theaters in a single weekend.
Then Katie Couric, I'll give you $1,000 if you stop smiling for 3 seconds.
He does like a Beavis and Butthead thing with Kate Moss. Get her some food. Yeah, feed her.
That chick is alarming to look at. That was a weird thing of the 90s. Is she still around?
Yeah, she's still with us. I mean, I haven't seen her.
She eats sandwiches now, so.
Baby steps, Kate. Classic segment from David Spade. He saved this Weekend Update. And then we go to another recurring classic sketch, The Gap Girls.
Oh my God. Cindy, the way you fold that stuff is bananas. Quick fun fact, Steve. Nirvana was supposed to be in this sketch. I don't know why they called it off, but luckily they had Skid Row in the back pocket for some reason. Just, Sebastian Bach decided I needed something to do on a Saturday.
Let's rock! That little portion of the sketch embedded in my brain. But they're like giving each other compliments. Your hair looks so good. Yeah, I get out the shower and dress quick. I just want my hair back.
You look like that Heidi Fleiss girl. What if you were Heidi Fleiss? Wouldn't you just like freak out? Do you know I heard that Heidi Fleiss actually worked here before she did all that stuff? She worked at Banana Republic. I love Farley. I don't know what his name is, but he's the best. He got so many looky loos.
Where were you yesterday? You both called in sick. Well, don't tell anyone, but we got backstage passes at Skid Row. It was out of control.
Yeah, it's a weird flashback, Steve. We see Sandler and Spade just backstage with Skid Row. The vibe's kind of off. So Sandler's character takes a couple of Skid Row out of the room so Spade and Sebastian Bach can just get a little alone time. You know what I'm talking about?
And right after Adam Sandler comes out, David Spade immediately runs out. It's like, he touched my boob. He tried to...
I'm not done with you yet, bitch! Dude, that's crazy. Get back here!
Dude, it never fails, man. Another element of comedy to me. The slow chase. He just... That's the part I remember about this sketch.
Oh, man. I wonder why they did it. Like, why would Skid Row just happen to do this? Like, I don't understand it. But I don't think they got to hang out with Skid Row too much after that, Steve. After that, I guess they said that they went to a party in the desert, if I'm not mistaken. Sandler kissed a chick on the mouth for Game of Truth or Dare. That's weird to think about.
And they were talking about it as they're going over last night. Another lady shows up, and it's Charles Barkley in drag.
Hey, Tina. I mean, she's looking for another kiss on the mouth, Steve. So that's an ugly makeout sesh. I'll say that. I've been in the middle of a couple ugly makeout sessions, but that scissor me timbers.
Christy, this is Aquila. Oh, she looks like Sharon Stone. Oh, you really think so? Would you like to walk to Hickory Farm for a sandwich? I'll buy you a free sample.
But then we come to another recurring sketch, Steve, and this is one that I used to be a huge fan of, and I kind of forgot about this. You don't like Coffee Talk with Linda?
I do not. I never laugh at that. I'm becoming verklempt. Talk amongst yourselves.
Went on a cruise in Aruba and got the Liebeschmitz in my Skavakta. It's a lot of like Jewish words that I don't get that just sound funny, basically. I like when she takes calls, but Steve, you're not a fan, so I'm not going to go in depth with this. Now I feel bad that I liked Coffee Talk.
I mean, somebody's got to like it. Shout out to Mike Myers, man. But it's just, if you've seen one, you see them all. I'm verklempt. Talk amongst yourselves.
Did you see Bette Midler at Radio City? I'm verklempt.
Give me Wayne's World. Give me Simon, the chalk drawing. But do you remember the Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy?
Yeah, I do. Sometimes I think I'd be better off dead. No, wait. Not me. You.
But up next is Charles Barkley's Big, Tall, and Black Men's Store. Too tall, too short, not black enough.
This is such a stupid fucking sketch, Steve. Even Mac Daddy Mac Giant crisscross ensembles, Steve.
He pulls out a canary shack suit. He pulls out classic leather chaps by Rick James. 6 feet of
I don't even know what this is. But then Muggsy Bogues shows up because, you know, they're joined at the hip. But Muggsy, he's not built for the store, Steve, but he's trying his best. Looks like a Little Rascals character that snuck into an adult situation.
Charles, I love the Big, Tall, and Black Store, especially the free alterations.
Free alterations? Motherfucker! Ugly midget. Next up, Steve, Larry King Live. I gotta say, Steve, this Burt Reynolds impression, this predates the norm, but I guess the gum chewing is like the main thing you gotta do if you're doing a Burt Reynolds.
And the mustache, that's a must. Mustache and some gum chewing.
But Burt's, he's been going through a lot, Steve. I think he's going through a divorce with Lonnie, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly, Lonnie Anderson.
It's around that time.
Yeah, he's here to clear the air. But I love this because it's wacky as hell because he's on Larry King. But what's to say he's going to tell the truth? So he's agreed to actually drink some truth serum on air because he's got nothing to hide.
Yeah.
We got a little vial of clear liquid that he drinks. I love that.
You're a big star and I'm a fan. 2 words. Evening Shade. Great cast. What was it like working with Mary Lou Henner? Mary Lou's a sweetheart. Maybe I should have married her.
But then just then Lonnie interrupts. She shows up via satellite feed and she's agreed to drink the truth serum, Steve. So fuck it. I think even Larry drinks some truth serum. Also, he gets in on the action because he wants to feel whatever. Because I think Bert says this shit tastes good. But as Lonnie drinks like the truth serum, they lose the feed, so they go to just take some calls.
Larry says, I don't think she's going to come back. We got to get her back. And Bert's like, don't worry. She'll be back like the clap.
The truth serum really starts kicking in because Larry had also drank it. So he starts getting a little loose-lipped with everything. He's like, Burt Reynolds, only good movie Deliverance. Used to be funny 10 years ago. Up close, looks like a freak. And Bert's like, hey, okay. What the hell?
And this time another caller asks, what was it like working with Mary Lou Henner? She was a whore.
And then Lonnie comes back and she's just like, hey, I'm back. I'm really, really stupid. Hi. My breath smells like cum. Hi. She also admits she was sent from another planet to do bad TV. I don't even remember what Lonnie Anderson was fucking famous for, Steve. Explain to me who this woman was other than Burt Reynolds' arm candy.
WKRP in Cincinnati.
Okay, well, there you go. But, it's a good one. But I got to say, I love seeing this Burt Reynolds impersonation through the eras. I didn't know Phil did one, but, it's reminiscent of that famous Norm one. So I love that.
I sure missed those funbacks.
Love you. Love you, kid. And next one, this is another one where I don't even know I don't get it. I don't know who wrote this or if they were just like, screw it. We got to just throw words at the wall until we get a skit.
Well, David Tell was a writer at this time, so
I hope it's him.
I hope so.
Charles Barkley donkey basketball camp, Steve. I can't even think that in my head. I would my brain wouldn't put those words together, but Charles has this new idea, Steve, donkey basketball.
It's not about donkey shots, donkey alley-oops, or even donkey layups. It's about becoming one with the donkey.
Also some donkey fundamentals, Steve. Tim
Learning
Duncan
about
would
the
be
donkey.
great at this. And just to give everybody an idea of what we're talking about, there are 3 or 4 people on the set, all sitting on live donkeys. So picture them, Sir Charles, the coach. I think Spade's one of them, and he's so short his feet don't touch the ground. Schneider's in the mix too. The donkeys are constantly jostling around. Charles' donkey tries to fucking go AWOL and just leave. Thank God he's so big.
They all kind of lose control of their donkeys. And
I think Tim Meadows just leaves. He just lets it go. He's like, fuck this. Here.
I give up.
But then, to test their skills, Charles is like, you guys think you're ready? All right. And Farley comes out and he's playing 1-on-4, but he doesn't have a donkey. He's sitting there doing handles and driving to the lane against these guys on donkeys. But he's showing me some, Steve.
Yeah, it's all right. And I like when Charles, he says to Chris, you can get your donkey back if you lose some weight.
Oh, man. What a weird fucking sketch. But then at the end, man, the stage, RuPaul's out. We get to see all these famous 90s people. Nirvana's out there. And I got to say, dude, RuPaul, I know she's got some heels on, Steve. Taller than Sir Charles.
Yeah, which is crazy. Charles is 6'4".
Yeah.
So RuPaul is probably the height of a point guard or something.
She'll body you up, Steve.
Similar to the Michael Jordan episode, this one is star-studded, just as you described, man. The Michael Jordan, it had him, it had Public Enemy, Spike Lee. I don't know if Jesse Jackson joined him, but he was in the episode. This is full of 90s greatness, like pop cultural icons.
Yeah.
Like, which you don't get now. Like, who's the Nirvana of now? Like, there isn't one.
I mean, musically, I don't even know what is happening. You got your finger on the pulse, but as far as like a pop cultural thing, it's like either some K-pop shit that I've never heard of. It's not a band. It's usually just like some chick who's like whisper singing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's just not a lot of this anymore. But again, I'm old. My finger's on the pulse of the shit that I was listening to in the 90s, not now, but yeah, it's a stretch. I mean, shit, they're going to have to get RuPaul's at least doing pretty well.
In 1996, Drew Carey Show is airing Season 2, Episode 2, Something Wick This Way Comes. Drew is outraged when the company refuses to promote him to permanent manager, instead hiring Englishman Nigel Wick, who turns out to be a crooked character who bribes Drew with the promise of the assistant manager job if he'll be Wick's bad guy regarding company cutbacks. Hilarity ensues.
And I feel this, Steve. I'm a larger man from Ohio, and I work for British people. So in a lot of ways, I can see right from the perspective of Drew Carey in this. Great show. First time we're seeing Craig Ferguson on the show, which I think is noteworthy. He's a huge character in the show. Goes through a lot. I think he's a funny guy.
Definitely.
And, down at the Warsaw, which is like the old watering hole in Cleveland, Oswald is selling the Friendship Cruise beer, Buzz beer. Half coffee, half beer. It's a hit. Cleveland loves it. Oswald's selling it like hotcakes. But here's the thing, man. These guys aren't taking good notes because I guess like the guy at the Warsaw, they thought he only needed 2 cases in like 60 days. That's easy. Turns out he needs 60 cases in 2 days.
In 2 days.
That's the problem.
And they have to keep this from Drew.
Because he's stressing, right? He's stressing about a new job op.
Speaking of Drew, yeah, he rushes into the Warsaw. He's expecting an important call. The payphone ring, like, what a relic of the times. A payphone, not only a payphone, but a payphone being called back.
Forwarding a call, Steve. That's a weird concept. Forwarding my calls to a phone in a different place. Not a great look in this specific instance because Drew's trying to get a new job at Saks Fifth Avenue, but I don't know how good if some barfly answers the phone for your job offer. I don't know how they're going to feel about that. But, Drew's like, it don't matter, man. Fuck it. I'll say I'm at the phone. I'm good to go.
It is Cleveland.
True. He's just having a pierogi, Steve. That's it. No beer here at all. This is just a restaurant.
It's actually just Oswald, and he's telling Drew, like, hey, man, I'm tired of you being a jackass. Drew's like, man, I don't really want to work 2 jobs. I just want one good job. And as he's talking about that, then there's another phone ring, and this time it is Saks Fifth. Sounds positive. He's just like, oh, yes, great. Really? Oh, I'll be there tomorrow. And then he gets off the phone. Kay asks, so you got the job? No, I left my briefcase there, but they'll keep me filed.
God, I've heard that a lot. I'll keep your name on file. That's the kiss of death. He's like, how many people are they going to do that for? Of course, Drew. And we're going to get to the intro song, Steve. Was this simplistic Moon over Parma Tonight version? Because I remember Cleveland Rock, Steve.
Right.
Living in Sin with a safety pin. Is the simple one the original?
It's the original.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this little Elvis Costello ditty that he's got. It's not Cleveland Rocks, dude.
It doesn't compete with Cleveland Rocks, but I appreciate how it's in the early seasons. It's a nice way to dip your toe into the Drew Carey pool. It's very jazzy. It's very Drew Carey. You see the spectacles. It's kind of like a little jazzy kind of thing. It fits Drew Carey.
And he even sings it, Steve.
It fits him, yeah.
This guy's a renaissance man. Then we cut from the credits to Drew at his job. Someone's asking for a store manager on the phone, And Drew does this little ditty with the phone where he's like, yeah, hold on 1 second. Hello. And apparently he's filling in as the store manager while they look for a new store manager.
Yeah.
And he's doing a damn good job, Steve.
And he's like, what do you mean the last guy was rude? Rude like cursing or rude like this? And hangs up the phone.
Mimi shows up.
And his hot girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, dude. Didn't he get with Kate at the end of it? I always remember that. But
Like,
this little,
she's,
you know, she's like a little tenderoni, Steve. I can see that.
Totally.
Especially for Drew.
Especially for Drew.
Mimi shows up after the hottie. Salty, obviously. Caked in makeup, obviously. And Drew's like, I'm going to fuck with her. So he tells her to take some dictation. He's the store manager right now. Sit down. I got a couple things I got to tell you. You got to write it down. But as he says whatever, it's like a bunch of gibberish. And she's like, oh, all I got was F and U. I love that. That's fucking hilarious. But she also, Steve, strangely enough, she's like, you know what, Drew? I got to admit, I thought you were going to suck at this. But you're actually a pretty good boss. You actually deserve the job, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck's going on here? What show is this?
Yeah, you deserve the job. But you didn't get the job because they gave it to an Englishman. Ha ha ha. Say cheese.
And he's like, what the fuck? I love that, too. That what a petty thing. I want to have a picture of the moment I crushed your heart. I love that.
I choose you.
It's just some guy from England, Steve. Drew's furious. Mimi takes the photo. New Christmas card. Kate walks up to like say something to her. And Mimi's like, hey, Kate, I saw your boyfriend at the free clinic. And she's like, wait, what the fuck? And she gets another one. This woman's diabolical, Steve.
And Drew's going on a rant. Why do they just come over here and take our jobs? Oh, stupid Big Ben watching, Benny Hill liking. And then Nigel Wick is right behind him.
Wouldn't that be embarrassing if I was right behind you?
Not if I don't turn around.
Right away, you're in hot water. And Nigel's like, hey, man, what if I told you that this was my last possible choice that I told them I wanted to go to? This is a huge disappointment for me. This place sucks. I'm going to try to make everybody's life a living hell. That's basically the intro, Steve, to Mr. Wick. He's pissed and petty.
And as always, the door is open. Proceeds to shut the door.
Carry on. Cut the later. Mr. Wick comes over to Drew, talks some business, and he's like, good news here, bud. Even with all the BS that I heard earlier, you're going to be my second in command. Which, I mean, I guess, Drew wanted that money, so that's actually kind of good news to him. He might have been out of job a few minutes ago.
But with this title comes great responsibility. You got to make great decisions. Here's a good one that you've already made. Oh, great. There's my name. Yes, you're eliminating all employee discounts. We need the savings.
Wait, this also says that there's no women's bathroom. We all share the same bathroom. So basically his job is to just sign off on Nigel's awful memos. There's a lot of bad news to deliver at this department store, and Drew's going to be the name on the letterhead, Steve.
It's all the other cost-cutting ideas and something about how we're no longer providing milk for the daycare center and blah, 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 blah words. Huh?
Aren't they fun? All I need you to do to get this position, though, is sign on the dotted line. I need you to sign so then I can put that on a stamp. This is a machine, Drew. So Drew reluctantly is like, well, I'm already bent over, so next time take me out to dinner. But he signs on the dotted line, Steve. So he's basically Nigel's puppet at this point.
Cut to Lewis and Oswald. Oswald's like, Lewis, you're a genius. You're right up there with Bill Nye, the science guy. And then they go into the garage and they have kids bottling beer.
It's child labor, Steve. Like, there's a lot of laws being broken. But, they're got to get these beers out. These beers aren't going to bottle themselves.
You got little girls picking up packages on their bikes.
They got a runner. They got a couple kids bottling, couple kids labeling. This is all above board, Steve. But
then,
Drew walks in and is like, what the hell? Because this is his garage. So he's basically got a sweatshop at his house. That's not great. He pulls out like a couple of ones. Is like, yo, everybody just shut up about this and just gives these kids some money and just sends them on their way. But he's not very happy about it. I got to be honest. I don't blame him, Steve. That's a felony, at least.
It was wrong. It was sad. It was working, but it was wrong. Just, Drew, think of your garage as a daycare center with beer.
Yeah. I mean, so a couple of kids made it taking a couple of sips. It's fine. They're little. They can't handle a lot. So they go inside. Drew hits the voicemail, the little answering machine, Steve. There's another thing. Answering. I said voicemail. That wasn't a thing. This is an answering machine with a tape. A solid dozen calls, all from people that he works with pissed. Like, hey, Drew, remember that memo you sent? Shove it up your ass. And then beep, over and over again. So his life's not doing too well right now.
When Kate comes in, she's like, those memos you sent, Drew, are hilarious. Well, they're real. Lewis, give me a can opener, because I'm about to open a can of whoop ass on Drew.
But he's like, dude, shit's out of my hands, Kate. Get those big, beautiful titties out of my face. Like, I can't do anything about this. I have to just go with it. I was gonna just try to change things from the inside, but it's not working out that way. Also, you're gonna have to wear a Mormon outfit at work from now on because it's proper. Okay, a couple of changes, a couple of memos. You just give them to you now. It's a Handmaid's Tale thing.
The next day at work, they have like an attendance line where Drew's doing a morning inspection. It's from his inspection memo. I think his name is Larry. Yeah, Ian Gomez, who plays Larry. He's like, we're all old enough to dress ourselves. Your fly's open. I'm from New Hampshire, buddy. Live free or die. I'm protesting.
Yeah, he's got a little thingy thing hanging out of his flies, Steve. So Larry's a legend. Yeah. He's great. I like this guy. Drew's like, guys, I know you're feeling these changes. I'm sorry, guys. It's not my thing.
The moving guy, he basically puts him on blast because as Drew's trying to calm the crowd, and the moving guy is played by Michael Taliaferro. I always remember him as, you gonna eat your cornbread from Life.
Really?
That's him.
Oh, wow. Okay. He went on to bigger and better. Yeah. Love that. But yeah, Drew's on the shit list now, Steve, and that doesn't help. He's got a nice new desk. Really nice, though. I think he starts smelling it and kissing it at one point. Yeah, kind of weird.
Even licking it. Now we see Drew talking to Mr. Wick, and he's like, here's your newest brainstorm. We have some employees at the end of their productive years, and we're going to award them with large pensions. And you're thinking, oh, wow, that's insane. I like them all fired.
Wait, what? And he's like, oh, here's one right here. And there's this guy, I think his name's Bert, Steve. Little old Bert. He shows up. He's like, hey, Mr. Carey, what's going on? And Drew's like, here's the thing, Bert. You know, jobs, they come and go. You probably want to find a new one, right? And Bert's like, no, absolutely not. I got 1 day left. This is like that thing with cop movies, Steve. He's got a day left before his pension kicks in. So he's like, I'm on Easy Street. Drew's like, oh, here's the thing, man. Easy Street, dead ends. And right before he can say he's fired, Mr. Wick brings out like a congratulatory cake somehow.
No, Larry does.
Oh, Larry does. So Drew's like, oh, shit. Now his whole little thing's fucked up. And salute to Larry, Steve. He's in here causing chaos.
Oh, Drew, this is what the whole questionnaire thing was about. Well, what'd you think I was going to do, fire you? And then Larry, he's like, yeah, I'm sure Drew doesn't want us talking around his cubicle. He's very busy about his plans to invade Poland. Come on.
So Drew's like, shit. So he goes into Mr. Wick's office at a 10, Steve. He's that lady from Kroger. He's on 10 right now. He's snitching immediately. He's like, Mr. Wick, they're fucking planning something against management. Mr. Wick's like, for Christ's sake, I'll handle this myself. Right?
They have guns. They're organizing. Like, no, you don't want to go out there because they said they'll fire on anybody.
Wick's like, all right, well, he's going to fire them all now. So Drew says something to him, but eventually Wick goes out of his office and Drew's expecting napalm strike, Steve. Everyone's fired. But Nigel pulls a lefty and is like, look, guys, Drew Carey guy, out of control. I'm doing away with all these changes. Party, casual Fridays back. pension back. This guy's getting a raise. So now he's undercut Drew, and now he looks like the good guy, Steve.
Look, you humiliated me in front of the whole store, but do I keep my desk?
Sure. But then Mimi goes over and is like, hey, that's a nice desk. Do you think I could get that desk? And she gets it. And then Drew, Steve, because he's petty, after just kind of dealing with this, he knows Mimi's about to get his desk. And he's like, hey, Mimi, do you like your desk medium or well done? And just lights this bitch on fire in an office, Steve. I mean, this is a problem for a lot of reasons.
Larry does. He approaches Drew.
Oh, my bad. Explain it. My bad.
So he's like, I'm not done with you, Carrie. And Drew, like, hey, man, whatever you do, just don't do anything to my desk. As he's saying that, he's like rubbing alcohol on himself, like aftershave, and then he pours the rest of it on the desk. He goes to Mimi, is like, hey, Mimi, how you enjoying that new desk? And she turns around and Larry sets it on fire.
Well, Larry, then, he's a legend, and this is also still a problem, though, because you might have killed a whole building of people, Larry, but I get it.
Yeah.
Fuck the system. Then we get an outro where Lewis and Oswald are doing like their idea for a new marketing thing that, you know, at the time, groundbreaking, but they didn't realize it's basically the Budweiser beer frogs.
Yeah.
Buzz, beer, or something. You know, it's very simple, but it's the thing. But the thing about this outro, and this happens a couple times in the show, and I don't know whether they're like doing improv, but they break a lot. And Drew at the end of this just basically, he's like, you guys are idiots, and just like breaks and, you know, like walks off the set. But I just thought that was funny.
Yeah, it's just probably improv. I'm the frog formerly known as Prince, and I'm Enrique Papato. In 1998, Clay Pigeons premieres. After hearing that his wife sleeps with Clay, Earl kills himself, making it look like Clay shot him. The widow doesn't like it when Clay starts seeing another woman instead. Bodies start piling up. Directed by David Dobkin, starring Joaquin Phoenix, Vince Vaughn, Janine Garofalo, Georgina Cates, and Scott Wilson.
Interesting movie. I feel like the ending kind of blows, but I like seeing Vince Vaughn kind of play a psycho in this. He's a weird guy, you know?
Yeah, he makes Sinister seem cool in this movie.
He's kind of annoying, kind of sinister. He's always rocking cowboy gear, which is hilarious. He's fucking with Joaquin in a big way throughout this. He's killing bitches. But the ending, like, Janine Garofalo is a cop, and she's trying to solve all these murders, and everyone thinks Joaquin did it because Vince is, like, some kind of weird psycho cowboy serial killer guy. But at the end, like, you don't really know what happens. They kind of leave it open-ended.
Yeah, very weird, man. It's like the ending of Sopranos. You got to try to interpret it yourself. And also, Jackie Childs is in this. Phil Morris.
Jackie. I mean, the cast is pretty cool. And this is like Janine Garofalo kind of doing something different. You know, she is funny in it. And I mean, she's a comedian, but she's playing a cop, you know, so you don't really see that a lot. I don't know. Vince Vaughn, he's started to do more dramatic stuff. He's, you know, kind of the smarmy guy, the wisecracking dude. And he's that, in this. But he, like you said, he's got like this weird dark side where he gets real threatening and shit. I mean, there's a lot of murder in this. So, I don't know. I like me a dark Vince Vaughn turn every once in a while. I think he's really good at it.
Same with Joaquin.
Yeah, I mean, Joaquin's a beast, man. Like, he's kind of weird, but
yeah,
you know, he came from a family of hippies, and he's a Hollywood actor. They're all weird, but yeah, I mean, he's good in this too. I don't know how early in his career, but it's got to be pretty freaking early.
Yeah, he did another movie with Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman. I don't remember the name of it, but yeah, man, he's much earlier in the game than I thought. But also in 1998, a Pecker premieres. A talented young photographer who enjoys snapping photos of his satirical, perverted Baltimore neighborhood and his wacky family gets dragged into the world of pretentious artists from New York City and finds newfound fame. Directed by John Waters, starring Edward Furlong, Christina Ricci, Bess Armstrong, Mary Kay Place, Martha Plimpton, Brendan Sexton III, and Mink Stoll.
What'd you think of this movie, Steve?
Not my favorite of John Waters' movies, and I know you said you don't really care for them at all. I actually enjoy most of them, but this one, I used to think this was great, but it's not as good as I thought it was, or I remembered it.
I like the premise of this guy that gets famous, and you see how fame fucks with the people around you, kind of. So in that regard, I like it. I like the photography. I think that's kind of cool. It's kind of like very technically, like kind of talk about the specific camera this guy uses and stuff. So I don't know. It seems kind of cool, but slow. Eddie
Very.
Furlong is, it is what it is. I think John Waters movies, it's an acquired taste, man. And this one's, it's not bad. I don't think any of his movies are bad. It's just not my thing.
Crybaby, Serial Mom. And one thing I did appreciate about this movie, it has the John Waters aesthetic. The allure of John Waters to me, the characters are unique and some of them sociopaths.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's Baltimore, dude. It's filled with weirdos and it's everything, just like every city. But that's the thing I do dig. I like this about everybody, like the Kevin Smiths of the world that kind of pay homage to the city that they're from.
Yeah.
That's important to them. And I mean, that's the thing with Waters. Everything's Baltimore. Everything's got like a little bit of that flavor, and he knows a bunch of freaks. So
eccentric freaks.
He has that like weird casting too, where you'll just see like it's like a David Lynch movie almost, where there's just like people with weird faces, big fat people. It's not professional Hollywood.
And that's I think that's what I meant to say initially, man. They're authentic. Like these guys and girls they probably don't have SAG cards. It's that kind of grittiness that I appreciate. Kind of like Gummo. Remember those days?
Exactly. I definitely can see why you like it then. That makes a lot of sense. That's a weird connection. I never even thought of that. But yeah, man.
Very real.
And John Waters, as far as like the character and the guy, like I think he's cool. Like I think it's a cool vibe. It's just he's an eccentric person, and that's what we want to see in these kind of people. Shout out Eddie Furlong, man. I saw he did a pretty good job in this. It ain't T2, but I mean, what is, guys?
I mean, I feel like anyone that was involved with that movie, you're an automatic legend. And Edward Furlong, salute to you. That same day in 1998, Ronin premieres. A freelancing former U.S. intelligence agent tries to track down a mysterious package that's wanted by both the Irish and the Russian governments. Directed by John Frankenheimer, starring Robert De Niro, Jane Reno, Natasha McElhone, Stellan Skarsgård, Sean Bean, and Jonathan Pryce. Mecca-Heine Mecca-Ho.
I like this movie, Steve. I liked it more the first time when it was called Heat.
Oh!
But no, I mean, this movie's great. I think it's notable. I think everybody remembers the car chases. I love a nice European city car chase, Steve.
I like a nice shooting scene myself. It's not quite Heat. I mean, Heat might be the creme de la creme of all shooting scenes, but this has some decent ones.
But they had some good ones. And I think what this is like a combination of Heat mixed with that movie, The French Connection. Because The French Connection, it was all about like kind of like capers and stuff, but there was a lot of driving. And I think the driving was more of like the coolest thing in this movie because some of the like chase scenes are absolutely bonkers, dude. I don't know how they pulled it off. Because they're driving through like little European towns and stuff, like little one-lane roads, drifting around corners. At one point, there's a crash and like De Niro goes through, like, I know it's a stunt driver or whatever, but the stunt driver goes through the shit. And I was just like, how do you time that up? Like, whoever the stunt coordinator was must have been a G, or it was just good luck. This movie even kind of shares like the similar ending to Heat a little bit. It's happier, but he still like has a chick. It's almost over, but he has to like let her go away at the end and get his, in this case, he has to get the bad guy and finish like the doing whatever he's doing. But it shares a lot about Heat, but you get a lot of De Niro. You get what you want of De Niro, him being that guy. When he roughs up Sean Bean, he's like, what color's the thing in the heathers? Because Sean Bean's like some Irish guy that's like lying about where he's from. And just like him intimidating him and like the whole caper shit. I dug it. I mean, John Reno, dude.
John Reno.
The Beast,
And
the Fesh.
And speaking of Sean Bean, he's a good addition to any action movie like this because he has a certain look that just says, I'm ready for action at any time, whenever. Who wants it? You want to have a shootout? You want to duke it out? Like, I'm just built for war. Every day, any second, I'm on it.
You want to talk some shit?
I got to be honest, too. Most of the time he's in a movie, he's going to be double-crossing somebody because in GoldenEye, double-crossed. He was 006, Steve. This, double-cross. Lord of the Rings, Boromir, almost double-cross, comes back, saves the day. Yeah. You know, but Sean Bean, dude, Sean Bean's a legend, bro. Sean Bean's a beast. So, this movie's great, but I'm telling you, if you watched Heat, go back to Heat. Yeah. You need something different, watch this. You're not going to be disappointed, dude. The chase scenes alone, when he fucking pulls out that rocket launcher in the mountain chase and that whole sequence was just insane.
Also in 1998, Urban Legend premieres. A college student suspects a series of bizarre deaths are connected to certain urban legends. Directed by Jamie Banks, starring Jared Leto, Alicia Witt, Rebecca Gayheart, Joshua Jackson, Loretta Devine, Tara Reid, and Robert Englund? Freddie?
Bobby? I'm not a fan, Steve. This came on the wave of Scream wannabe movies. You get Pacey from Dawson. You get Jared Leto, young Jared Leto before he went full cult leader. But it's just not my thing. I like horror movies. I like these kind of, slasher films, which is exactly what this is. But this one, cheesy. And it ain't Scream. So, but it's got Robert Englund. I didn't remember that, Steve.
And they thought that he would be the secret recipe, but even with Freddie, I wasn't trying to watch this shit. I didn't bother to watch this shit. I had no plans of watching it. It's a derivative of something else. It's like, why watch this when you can watch I Know What You Did Last Summer? This is the half nut of I Know What You Did Last Summer. It's kind of like I want to watch the best of Kane matches. Why watch the best of Kane matches when you could just watch the best of Undertaker matches? They're better. They have the same moveset, and you need Undertaker to even have a Kane. Undertaker didn't need Kane to exist, and you don't have the same moveset. You can't walk on the top rope. Urban Legend can't walk on the top rope, Matt.
Hell no, it can't. It can't even fucking get on the second. It can't do nothing, Steve. It's missing all the moves. It's a derivative of a derivative.
Of a derivative.
So every time you're doing something like that, take a sec, stop, and just realize maybe you shouldn't be doing this. You got a great talent. You got a bunch of good talent. You got a 90s talent. This is like the teen heartthrob talent to rule them all, dude. Even the chicks, like Rebecca Gayheart's in this. These are names, Steve. Leto, Pacey, Joshua Jackson's his name, actual name.
Tara Reid.
Tara fucking Reid. I mean, they almost got Sarah Michelle Gellar in this.
Wow.
But she got Buffy the Vampire Slayer show and just was like, hell no. And you're better off, Sarah, because this ain't it.
You lucked out. That following year, 1999, Freaks and Geeks debuts on NBC. A high school mathlete starts hanging out with a group of burnouts while her younger brother navigates his freshman year. One season, 18 episodes, Matt.
Loved, beloved. I've tried to love it, Steve.
Same.
I've tried my best, and it is what it is. It's a cheesy show to me. It's of these type of shows, like these, teen drama shows. I could kind of see myself watching this more than others. Yeah, I just never got into it, man. I mean, all these people went off. Obviously, this is Judd Apatow. You get all the hitters there. We get the Seth Rogans, the James Francos, Martin Starr's one of his guys. Linda Cardellini, she's a little hottie. She's been in a lot of stuff. Of all the stuff that these people have made, not my favorite, but there's a lot of hitters in this of people, like even not even just like the main cast, but just like the recurring cast names.
Jason
this is a huge thing. And it's crazy it didn't go on longer, but man, sometimes that happens, especially with TV shows.
But it definitely has a cult following.
Oh, dude. I mean, people love this show. I mean, this is, to say if it's even called, I mean, this is hugely Well, it is because it wasn't popular when it was out enough to like keep the show on. But
Right.
yeah, definitely after the fact. Maybe it was because of the Apatow movies and stuff, and they got people going back to it. But yeah, man, I know my wife loves it.
Yeah.
And I've tried, man. I've literally given it a shot multiple times, but I get to a certain point and I'm like, I don't care. I don't need to watch any more of this. I'll watch The Wonder Years if I want to feel this.
It just wasn't meant to be, freaks and geeks. Any callbacks for this week?
I just want to say happy birthday to my buddy Steve, because I feel like you're about to be here, Steve. You're about to be on my age level. We're about to have the AARP cards, and we're recording now. I know the date's not necessarily right, but it's tomorrow, correct?
The day we're recording this, it's tomorrow. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, happy birthday, Steve. I love doing the show with you.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. You're a fucking dope ass dude. And now you're as old as me. So welcome to it.
Yeah, man. School of 83, baby. Holla if you hear me.
All them titty nibbles.
And
But happy birthday, man. What about you?
thanks, my G. I want to give a shout out to YouTube. Thank you for making the Drew Carey Show a possibility, because all the streaming apps, I don't know why they're straight player hating on my guy.
Pluto, Steve. Pluto. Did you check so you got to go to the doldrums sometimes. Pluto, I feel like on that, it's right there before, I don't even know, Steve, the VHS store. You know,
it's the cat corner of the basement. You gotta go.
Bodega. It's the bodega level of streaming, but it was there. So just note, anybody out there, you want to watch some Drew Carey, you should. It's on Pluto.
But even then, I don't like. Well, thank you, Pluto. But the fact that it's only available on that, I still kind of feel like that's kind of play hating. But I also want to call attention to two great documentaries on Netflix, and one of them is long overdue. First, it's about my Dallas Cowboys, America's team. I haven't made it all the way through because I kind of know how it's going to end. But also, I just watched the Charlie Sheen documentary over the past week. Amazing.
Winning.
Oh my God. Like the fact that he's still alive, he's the Jake the Snake of Hollywood. Like, cats have 9 lives. They have like 29.
Sheen, dude, nothing will kill him. I think he's like a Keith Richards, where the amount of drugs that he's done is actually like somehow given him like a barrier, because he has like HIV and stuff too, I think, or did. So like he's just out here living his best life, Steve. He can't be killed, and he's a legend, dude.
Yeah, he definitely, man. It's Wild Thing.
That's that's all we have to say as 90s kids. Wild Thing, Hot Shots, freaking Wall Street, Steve, Platoon. Need I say more?
Money Talks. What?
Ferris Bueller's Day Off, even though I hate Matthew Broderick, he's in it.
Brown shaking ass?
Yeah, dude. He's all about that. Tiger milk? Tiger blood? Whatever it was. Something.
Winning. But please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Please tell your sister, I like the way she kissed me after sucking on my damn wang. And check out Crushgasm every Wednesday with Kendra G, our guy Clark the Shark on Podcastle, and Wrestling with Ronzilla on podcast. This is Steve G and Mad G with
Happened in the 90s.
Matt was the fat kid, Steve was the flat kid. Life wasn't always great, but you know what was? The 90s. Happened in the 90s. Yeah!
Jive Soul Bro, a Jive Soul Bro. Now that was a big woman.